What's up guys, and welcome to Dying Light. This is a game that released earlier this week and is one of the first major AAA games of 2015, and with that being a fact, it has a lot of weight on its shoulders to actually be a decent game. If you do not know that 2014 was riddled with horrible releases, buggy releases from the biggest publishers, the biggest AAAs in the business. And it just had horrible games left and right, so we're really looking for that trend to break in 2015. It would be really, really awesome. And because of that, Dying Light has a lot of responsibility of being the first big AAA of the year to be decent at the least. Not only that, but it's in such an overdone and bland genre, the zombie survival genre, where many AAA games have dabbled into and have failed. And even this developer, Techland, made Dead Island, and it failed in some regards as well. But now they're back with Dying Light, and they think they fixed some of the issues. And I have to agree, it isn't a bad game overall. So is Dying Light another slam dunk for the zombie game bargain bin? We're about to find out, so let's head in. Okay, and here we are. First off, this game is really pretty, but unfortunately for certain reasons that I'll be explaining in a minute, I actually have to run this game in all low settings to actually get a decent frame rate. But Dying Light is a fun mixture between the parkour style of something like Mirror's Edge, mixed in with the open world zombie fighting that Dead Island had. And a quick disclaimer that I never personally played Dead Island, but of course I've done a little bit of research on the game and I've seen people play it myself. But it looks like we're heading over here for our next mission, so that's not too bad. Let's go over and do that. But of course, it's a mission-based open world zombie survival game with a lot of elements into it. It is actually quite the large game. I am currently 6 hours into it, and we are currently only at 13% in the story mode. So that gives you a good idea of how large this is. And it's not like that story mode percentage is also like collectibles. There's a completely different percentage for that. But let's talk to this radio person really quick.
Crane here.
Report.
Look, I'm no longer cooperating with Rise. He wanted me to kidnap Jade Aldemir and dump her with him so he can make her fight in his pit.
Yes, and? Was that it?
What do you mean, was that it? I'm not a fucking human trafficker.
You seem to have forgotten how much is riding on this file, Crane. If Rise wants one girl, then give her to him. You'll be there to keep an eye on her, won't you?
What the fuck kind of humanitarian outfit are you guys? And for that matter, if this project file can save the world, why keep it a fucking secret?
We're not paying you to be insubordinate, Crane. Get this done.
Fuck you, asshole.
So if you're a little confused, Dying Light sort of has a really predictable story. It's sort of unfortunate, basically we are in a town called Hassan, which I believe is in the Middle East. Basically, this town has been overrun by zombies, of course, and we work for a humanitarian company called the GRE. I'm some special operative sent in to get a file that one of the people in the city has that could actually make the virus a little more widespread throughout the world. So, of course, it's very, obvious that we want to stop it, and oh gosh, a zombie attack! Let's beat this guy up while I talk about this. But, of course, very expectedly, we end up liking the people in the city more. The people in the business actually seem to be bad guys and all that kind of stuff. But of course, in this game, you're gonna have to kill some zombies because zombies are everywhere. If you don't kill them, they'll kill you. I mean, in all technicality, there's not too many situations where you actually have to kill the zombie to proceed. There seems to always be different options. Maybe you can sneak in really stealthily, or maybe you can just sort of drop kick everybody so that they're out of your way, so you don't actually have to kill them. So there really is a lot of options in this game. And same thing goes with the parkour, and these guys already have this package, so I don't think I'm gonna be able to take on 3 of these guys. So I'm actually gonna let them be for now, because they will actually beat me up, beat the tar out of me. But yeah, there's some side things like that being an open world style game. But yeah, it's really cool because there's not only one way to accomplish something in Dying Light. When it comes to battling, when it comes to parkouring, there's always one more method that you could try. So when it comes to trial and error, there's a lot of options there for you. So that's always pretty cool. So where are we heading off to in the map? And here in the map, you can see the game is quite large. There is a lot to travel through. So by length and by map, it is a very huge game. So if you're looking for a game to put a lot of time into, to really milk your money out of, this could be a good one.
Brecken, do you copy? Shit. Jade, this is Crane. Do you copy?
Crane, how much antizin did you get?
Listen, Rice wanted me to... Look, he screwed us, okay? I only got 5 vials.
What? Damn it! That's only a few days worth. Listen, Crane, we've got a situation here. There's been an outbreak on the 18th floor. Get back here ASAP, and don't lose any of that antizin.
Okay then, so we're about to go do that. We're back at the place. But basically, it's pretty simple, the parkour. You run around with shift and you can hold space to jump and stuff, and you climb up ledges. At first it felt a little boringly basic, and I was disappointed by that, but then they start introducing skills, and basically here, after you earn certain levels, it's very RPG-esque. We have a skill tree, and we can gain certain things, like I've been able to slide now, and I can drop kick my enemies. I can even jump over them, and I'll activate this one now. And because of this, you actually get a more diverse moveset, and you can start doing some cooler stuff in and out of combat and that kind of stuff, because we have power, which is more related to combat, and then we also have survivor, which is just in general stuff. You know, we have, like, we can barter and get more money out of people, master backpack, let's get a bigger backpack. That could actually help right now. But because of that, there's actually a lot of survival elements, and that's where more options start coming in. We could beat up zombies to get some stuff like metal and, you know, different weapons and different materials, or we could scavenge these buildings and find them there as well. There's just options everywhere. And, you know, there's a lot of stuff. You can also find plants and do some herbalist related stuff. There's a lot of cool stuff to do in that regard. So let's go in and see how the story's gonna progress here. I'm trying to give you guys bits and pieces of the story so you guys can get the feel of the game, because they try to take the story pretty darn seriously. So I figure I should give you guys a good chunk to enjoy. This is one of our main hubs. Of course, you can see wherever there are green houses is some hubs. This is the tower. This is the one you start out on, and this is the one that has the most story relevance. And this is where you can find the most things. You can find people that might have quests for you, like this guy.
The one from the garage? He's looking for a good runner.
For what?
He wouldn't talk about it on the radio. I think it's something important.
Okay.
Okay, and there we go, we got another quest. And if we pull up I again, and then go to our quest, you can see that we get quite a few. So there we go, and then we can talk to people like this, and sometimes they'll have stuff for us. And then we can also purchase and barter and that kind of stuff, as we already saw. So, you know, there's a lot to do in Dying Light. It's just a matter if it's interesting, because none of it really feels like a new game, if that makes any sense. It never feels like it's trekking new territory, that this is pushing the limits.
Do you have the antizin? Give it to me.
So what happened?
One person turned and had a couple of other people trapped. We could have sealed off that one apartment, but Brecken wanted to save as many lives as possible. It went bad. Somebody had to make the call, and now we've lost the entire floor, including a couple of kids. You better talk to Brecken. I have to get these meds to Lena.
Okay then, so not much as good as happening here. So to sort of save on time here, I think that, yeah, the next mission is in where we are right now. We're not going to really focus on that at the moment. We'll do a small side mission so that way I can show you a bit more gameplay. Okay then, and it looks like it's actually raining now, which is really cool. I actually haven't seen the game rain before, but it shows that it's sort of dynamic in its weather. It has an active day and night cycle, and hopefully we'll stay out long enough so that I can show you guys the nighttime. But let's check out our quests here and see what else we got. Find Jeff's fortress behind the train station. Let's try this one out. Doesn't really matter. We just want a nice little side quest to play along with so that we can have something to do while I talk a little more about the game. So like I said earlier, this game has a very hard time keeping a steady frame rate. Now don't get me wrong, I have a pretty high-end PC, and I've talked to other reviewers about their experience with this game when it comes to the PC version, and they have also had issues, even some people who can't play the game at all. So I would double check your specs and see if you're actually able to play this game before you buy it. I will admit that this game has a really bad time being properly optimized. I have a high-end rig, but I can really struggle with it having, you know, decent frame rate. Even here, oh gosh, what's happening right now? Even here, while I'm playing in mostly low settings, sometimes the frame rate struggles, and that shouldn't be a case. It obviously isn't my computer, it is actually just them not optimizing it well. If you're a console player, then you don't have much to worry about in that regard. I have not played the console version, so I can't really vouch for them. But so far I've been playing the PC version. And if you can find a way to get by, it seems like removing the field of view, or the depth of field, or the view distance, more rather, I should say. If you get rid of that and make it as low as possible, it usually makes things a lot more manageable.
Yeah, who is this?
This is Tolga. And Fatin. We work for Mr. Dahl, and we are ready to put you to task. Get here on the double. Make it quick.
Hey, that's rude. Don't talk to me like that.
Shut up, Fatin. Get off the radio.
You're going to make him mad, you idiot.
Stop talking or I will punch you.
Punch me? I'll kill you.
Idiosyncratic, great.
Alright, there we go, there's another. And you can see there is some comedy, but in the most part, the story takes itself very seriously. I feel like one of the most impressive things about this game is definitely how it looks graphically. I'm gonna talk over her because I want to review the dang game. But yeah, the game looks great graphically, just like the effects it has on the trees and the particle effects. It's just a shame that sometimes it isn't optimized correctly to truly enjoy it at a solid frame rate. But yeah, we can really do whatever we want with these zombies. We can drop kick them. And the hardest thing about them is it's very hard to single a zombie out, because killing a zombie isn't a 1-2 shot kind of thing like it is in, I don't know, Left 4 Dead or something similar like that. It's very difficult to kill just one zombie, and they are noisy. When you beat one up, the other one's gonna hear it and come towards you. So it's very rare that you're able to actually successfully single a zombie out. It's very difficult to. Trying to do it here, and it looks like I've already gotten this guy's attention. And I gotta be careful because you can see that bar on the right, that's my stamina, and that can be used up very, very quickly. So let's beat this guy up. I'm just whacking away at him, and this weapon is ineffective. They do all have durability, so I can hold R and remake it, and I'll use some of my metal material. And materials are super duper important. And see, there's already this guy over here too. So let's drop kick him one more time. That gave me a power level up, that's awesome. He gives some alcohol, but now I'm gonna show you guys a crafting system, because crafting is very important in this game. It'll help you make your weapons better and just give you more stuff. So here's our inventory right here. You can see I have a whole big bunch of weapons, but if we go all the way down, we can see my valuables, like cosmetics. That stuff usually doesn't have much of a literal use, but you can sell it for a high price. Weapon upgrades will do what they say, so I can use the Berserker here and maybe use it on here. Let's I think I gotta go to a weapon itself, and if we press F6, the upgrade button, we can actually upgrade a weapon and choose an empty socket and choose whatever we'd like here. We can choose something that increases its damage and durability. We can choose something that, increases its handling, and maybe that'll be helpful here. And then so we can do that, and then it actually really increases the durability and the niceness of these weapons. So it's cool, you get a lot of customizability. So let's let's apply these. Okay, and now let's see what else we have, because we have that, then we also have craft parts. So if we want to craft using these, what we have to do is head over to blueprints, where we have a lot to craft. We have utilities like medkits and lockpits and firecrackers, which are a really great distraction for zombies, throwing weapons like molotovs and flares, and throwing stars. And you're able to make more and more of these as you level up and as you get more materials. And then we also have weapons that we can actually craft. I don't really have much of any of these, so I can't really craft. I can craft a water current, but I think I already might have that, so let's check that out. I don't have it anymore, but basically that was like an electrified rod, and that was really cool. You can also sometimes find these red chests, and now these will always need to be lockpicked, and lockpicking is very similar to as it is in Skyrim. Basically, we just sort of pull a lockpick out here, and you just, move it around until you find the right spot. It's a lot of trial and error, and we almost have it here, come on. Oh, almost. But the game is really brutal at times, though, I've noticed. Like, when I first got the lockpicking tutorial, in this game, unlike something like Skyrim where there's a very similar thing, the game sort of kept you there until you properly did it the first time. But here, I messed it up and I lost all my lockpicks, and it never really showed me, like, hey, this is what you did wrong. It's sort of, not in a bad way, but this game really does plop you off, and it's like, good luck, I hope you have a good time. But there is a lot of hints, though, so there's a hint system. Let's head up here. And it's just fun to run around sometimes. I can't deny that it really, really is. It's just fun to run around like this and just land on your feet and lose a bunch of health. But when you find those really cool lines and really make your way through the city, where the city's really built for this parkour, but it still looks natural, is really awesome. Let's head down here and pick this up. Now if we press Q, we sort of have a survivor sense. And what this will do is it'll sort of tip you off if there is anything nearby that you can pick up or use. So if there's any like refrigerators I can pillage, I can press Q and check it out. And now comes the fun part, the horror part of the game. Now a lot of people play zombie games to be scared, to be horrified, because zombies are scary. And is Dying Light scary? Yes. Now, daylight is pretty manageable, but it can be pretty scary at times as well. Why that is just because sometimes you just don't see the zombies behind you. And you have to do a lot of stuff where zombies will literally be right behind you, but you have to do something like lockpick a door, or, you know, break open something, or, you know, even search another zombie. There's never usually a time where there isn't a zombie somewhere close by. And because of that, there's always a stressful situation going on. And it's always tense, but now that it gets dark, it gets a whole lot worse. More scary monsters come out, you can barely see, it becomes a horrible, horrible time. But let's unlock this one, see what's in here. These red chests sometimes can be hard to open, but can also be really awesome when it comes to their loot. Now it's not sort of like Borderlands where it's a stupid amount of loot, but the loot is, you know, there's a lot of it. There we go, we get cigarettes as well, which is actually another, not just consumable, but a valuable. You can't really use it, but you can get something out of it. So like if I use my survivor sense here, you can see it lights these things up. It's like, hey, here's some things you haven't had. There we go. Cool, and it's really getting dark. But of course, noise attracts zombies. So if I hit this thing, pick it up, and then throw it, that's gonna attract zombies, and I'm gonna be in a whole bunch of trouble. But you know what also attracts zombies is if I go in here and pull out, here it is, it's already in here, okay. Let me pull out, yeah, my pistol instead of the police rifle, because I don't want to use all the ammo. Now, they aren't very common, these guns, but I have one right here, let's see, and this lady's very fast. These zombies are very, very fast, and they're hard to deal with. And you can see here, no matter how fast I travel, this zombie is right behind me, and it's horrifying at times. These are some of the most tense zombies in the game, so let me try to pop some caps into them. And that seemed to do a little bit. There we go, excellent. But of course, that comes with a detriment. More zombies are coming in because of that. Ah, he's on me, get him off, get him off. Ooh, you jerk. Oh man, run, 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 because there's another fast one right by us, over that one. But I'm running out of ammo. It took me, I was about 4 or 5 hours in before I found my first gun. Very certainly, this game is much more focused on the hand-to-hand combat. It's more reliable on it because guns and the noise that guns make attract the zombies and probably get you in more trouble than what you were in previously. But as it gets dark, we do have more scary zombies. They actually get a lot worse than this, so I'm just waiting for it. But now it's nighttime. We do get more experience. Agility and power points are doubled, which means the more we do here, the more we benefit from it, and this jerk just keeps chasing me. You know what, and then, gotcha, but that just makes more chase me, so it's not a very helpful situation, but uh-oh, bad guys, bad guys, bad guys. These guys are horrible, oh my gosh. No, leave me alone, run! No! Okay, and this is where it gets really, really bad. Because these guys are fast, they do a lot of damage, and they're horrifying. But we can press B to look behind us in case we want a glorious look at these beautiful faces. Run! No, I'm not fast enough, I've got to use my medkit. Oh, it wasn't enough, I wasn't quick enough. I am dead. So, we do get respawned at our last checkpoint when we die. We can use our mini-map, turns white, and hide and stay protected to lose a pursuit. You know, we get plenty of hints like that. You can always check the options menu to see hints at any point in time. But overall, Dying Light isn't a bad game. Like I said previously, Dying Light also isn't the best game. It doesn't do anything new. It doesn't do anything game-changing. Nobody's gonna go, wow, Dying Light, that changed gaming for me. Because it doesn't do anything that merits that. But what it does do is it makes a solid zombie game to sink your hours into. And is that really a bad thing? Not really. In some senses, it's a really good thing. You know, we've been missing this because of how bad AAA games have been in 2014. So it's really nice to see something that might not be perfect, but it's a good start to the year. I honestly believe. But Dying Light, maybe you want to hold off until it's not $60, maybe a Steam sale, maybe, you know, up this Christmas when you really need a game just to diverge 12 hours into or more. This might be a good shot for you. Either way, I'd like to thank you guys so much for watching, and if you're interested in Dying Light, you'll be able to find it in the description for purchase, or just check it out. And if you enjoyed the video, please consider giving it a like and sharing it with your friends and family, because this support truly does help. And comment in the comment section below, what do you think about Dying Light? Do you agree with me in any of my points? And do you think about picking it up now? Either way, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.